Hello, good morning everybody. I welcome you all to this video lecture, Calvin cycle. The video lecture is being presented by D. Rajashekhar, lecturer in botany, Srimati Ganganeni Kalyani Government Degree College, Vinikonda, Guntur district. In the previous video, we have learned light phase of photosynthesis. In this video lecture, you are going to learn the dark phase of photosynthesis. During light phase, solar energy is converted into chemical energy, that is ATP and NADPH2. Utilizing this assimilation power or chemical energy, plants prepare carbohydrates in any point of time in a day. Hence it is called dark phase. That means it can be happen at any point of time in a day, not especially in dark. But it does not require the solar energy because that part was over. That is called light phase, where ATP and NADPH2, which are required for carbon reduction, have been prepared. That is why dark phase doesn't require particularly solar energy or any type of period. Hence this is called dark phase. Actually, carbon reduction can be done in different ways, not in particular manner in almost all plants. Some plants fix carbon or prepare carbohydrates through Calvin cycle. Some other plants can do the same process using Hatch-Log cycle, and some other plants do the same activity by CAM cycle. But here in this video lecture, you are going to learn C3 cycle. It is also called Calvin cycle. Generally, it is done by C3 plants. The plants which carry out Calvin cycle can be called C3 plants. Hence the cycle is called C3 cycle. Actually, it was Melvin Calvin, Benson, Basham and others did dark phase experiments on chlorella and alga using isotopic radioactive carbon, that is C14O2, and they discovered the process of this Calvin cycle. Hence this is called Calvin cycle, as it was discovered by the scientist Melvin Calvin. And here in this cycle, the first forming substance is a 3-carbon compound, that is a phosphoglyceric acid. Hence, it is also called C3 cycle. The plants which prepare carbohydrates using this cycle can also be called C3 plants, and cycle is called C3 cycle. The another names for the same cycle are RPP, that means reductive pentose phosphate pathway, and it is also called PCR cycle, nothing but photosynthetic carbon reduction. So the same cycle can be called by either of these 4 terms, like Calvin cycle, C3 cycle, RPP, similarly PCR cycle. Actually, Calvin cycle is such a big cycle with about 15 different reactions. For better comprehension, to avoid confusion, we can divide this Calvin cycle into 3 different phases. They are carboxylation phase, carbon reduction phase, and RUBP reconstruction phase. Actually, what is carboxylation? In the 15 reactions, the first reaction is called carboxylation, where ribulose 1,5 biphosphate molecules take carbon dioxide molecules and form PGA, phosphoglyceric acid. The first step of this cycle is called carboxylation. From that step to till the glucose formation, the total steps can be called together as carbon reduction. And all other reactions which again which involve in the construction of RUBP, all those steps together can be called as RUBP reconstruction phase. Here you can see the Calvin cycle. Actually, it is a big cycle of different 15 reactions. So the first, as I told you just now, the first reaction is called carboxylation, and from second to seventh reaction are called carbon reduction, and from 8th to 15th reactions can be called as a RUBP reconstruction. RUBP is the first substance which receives carbon dioxide. It is called carbon dioxide acceptor molecule. So to carry out, to run the cycle again and again, RUBP must be reconstructed. So in the third phase, that RUBP is reconstructed after the formation of glucose. Now we will focus on this Calvin cycle. Actually, as you see in the slide, it is a cycle. First of all, actually glucose is a 6-carbon compound. So for every carbon molecule reduction, Calvin cycle takes place once. So for the complete formation of glucose, the cycle must be done for 6 times. Instead of writing it for 6 times, we are writing it once, giving that number 6. That is why here you can see 6 RUBP. Here this is the first CO2 acceptor, that is ribulose 1,5 biphosphate. Why it is shown as 6? It takes place 6 times, the cycle. Instead of showing it for 6 times, we are, by giving that number, we are writing once this cycle. Is 6 ribulose 1,5 biphosphate molecules takes 6 carbon dioxide molecules in the presence of an enzyme Rubisco. RUBP molecules form 12 phosphoglyceric acid molecules. So actually RUBP are 6 in number and carbon dioxide molecules 6 in number. So when they are condensed together, they can form 12 PGA molecules. PGA is the first formed compound in the Calvin cycle. It is a 3-carbon compound actually, phosphoglyceric acid. Hence this is called C3 cycle. The first enzyme is Rubisco. Rubisco is an enzyme, actually it is a dual enzyme. It is a combination of 2 enzymes. Rubisco RUBP carboxylase as well as RUBP oxygenase. Generally here in Rubisco, carboxylase is activated because RUBP is interacting with the carbon dioxide. That is why it can be called as RUBP carboxylase. Then these 12 PGA molecules takes 12 ATP molecules in the presence of kinase enzyme. They are changed into 12 DPGA. 12 DPGA means diphosphoglyceric acid. This is the second step. And as here ATP molecules are consumed, here the enzyme must be kinase. The second enzyme is the kinase. And the third step, these 12 diphosphoglyceric acid molecules take 12 NADPH2 molecules which have come from the light phase. In the presence of dehydrogenase enzyme, they are transformed into 12 phosphoglyceraldehyde molecules. Here you can see 12 phosphoglyceraldehyde molecules. This is the third step. As I told you in the previous lectures, when in a reaction NADPH2, either NADPH2 is consumed or released, then the reaction must be catalyzed by the enzyme dehydrogenase. So first enzyme is RUBP carboxylase, and second enzyme is kinase, and the third enzyme is dehydrogenase. In the fourth step, these 12 phosphoglyceraldehyde molecules undergo isomerization process, and they are transformed into 7 gap molecules and 5 7 gap molecules and 5 DAP molecules. Gap means glyceraldehyde phosphate and DAP means dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Here you can see here 2 gaps, and here 2 more gaps, and here 2 gaps, and here 1 gap. So altogether 7 gaps. Similarly, here you can see 2 DAP molecules, here again 2 DAP molecules, and here 1 DAP molecule. So together 5. So these 12 phosphoglyceraldehyde molecules undergo isomerization process. In the presence of isomerase enzyme, they are transformed into 7 gap molecules and 5 DAP molecules. Gap means glyceraldehyde phosphate and DAP means dihydroxyacetone phosphate. And during the fifth reaction, among these 12 molecules, one gap molecule, as you see here, and one DAP molecule, one gap molecules and one DAP molecule condense together in the presence of an enzyme aldolase. They give what? Fructose 1,6 biphosphate. Here you can see fructose 1,6 biphosphate. So it happened in the presence of an enzyme aldolase. The involved molecules are one glyceraldehyde phosphate and dihydroxyacetone phosphate. This fructose 1,6 phosphate loses one phosphate molecule present at first carbon. In the presence of phosphatase enzyme, it gives and it forms fructose 6-phosphate. So actually in fructose 1,6 biphosphate, 2 phosphate molecules are present. One is at first carbon and another one is at the 6th carbon. Here by the phosphate action, by the activity of phosphatase enzyme, what happened? One phosphate ion is removed. Which phosphate ion is removed actually? The phosphate ion present at the first carbon. That is why it is called now fructose 6-phosphate. Now fructose molecule shows a phosphate group at 6th carbon only. This reaction was catalyzed by phosphatase enzyme. In the 7th reaction, the fructose 6-phosphate is changed into glucose, the substance which actually we are expecting from this process. Plants have prepared glucose molecule. This 7th reaction is catalyzed by transketolase enzyme. So from second step, that is from 12 PGA to 12 DPGA and then 12 PGAL, from there 7 gaps and 5 DAP molecules have formed. One gap and DAP further get condensed and form fructose 1,6 biphosphate. This fructose 1,6 biphosphate gives fructose 6-phosphate, and finally the fructose 6-phosphate forms a glucose molecule. So from second step to 7th step, all the steps or reactions can be called together as carbon reduction. So carboxylation first step is over, and then the second phase, that is carbon reduction, which includes second to 7th step, are also completed. Now the remaining reaction, that is from 8th reaction to 15th reaction, all the reactions can come under the third phase of this Calvin cycle, that is RUBP reconstruction. RUBP is already utilized here. It is changed into different substances. To start this process again and again, the RUBP must be formed once again. So all the remaining 6 gap molecules and 4 DAP molecules involved in the formation of RUBP. That is called RUBP reconstruction. See here, 2 gap molecules and these 2 DAP molecules, like in the previous reactions, condense in the presence of an enzyme aldolase and forms what? Fructose 1,6 biphosphate. Here you can see. This fructose 1,6 biphosphate loses one phosphate ion at present at first carbon. In the presence of phosphatase enzyme, it forms what? Fructose 6-phosphate. This fructose 6-phosphate takes 2 gap molecules, and in the presence of transketolase enzyme, it dissociates into 2 molecules. What are they? Xylulose 5-phosphate and erythrose 4-phosphate. So in the presence of transketolase enzyme, the fructose 6-phosphate takes 2 gap molecules and form what? Xylulose 5-phosphate and erythrose 4-phosphate. The formed xylulose 5-phosphate remains there, and the further reactions can be forwarded by this erythrose 4-phosphate only. Now this erythrose 4-phosphate condenses with the 2 DAP molecules and form fructose 1,6 biphosphate. This is fructose 1,7 biphosphate in the presence of an enzyme aldolase. This fructose 1,7 biphosphate, actually it has 2 phosphate ions. One phosphate ion is at first carbon and another phosphate ion is at a 7th carbon. Loses a phosphate ion present at the first carbon. In the presence of phosphatase enzyme, it gives what? Fructose 7-phosphate. Now it has only one phosphate ion because one phosphate ion is lost in the presence of an enzyme phosphatase. Now it is called what? Fructose 7-phosphate. This fructose 7-phosphate takes the remaining 2 gap molecules present here, and in the presence of an enzyme transketolase, it is dissociated into 2 molecules again. What are they? Xylulose 5-phosphate and ribose 5-phosphate. So if you observe clearly, so in the last 9 reactions, we have seen the same type of enzymes. Aldolase, phosphatase, transketolase. Aldolase, phosphatase, transketolase. Again, aldolase, phosphatase, transketolase. So very easy to remember all the enzymes. Thus, here what have been formed? Xylulose 5-phosphate is formed. Ribose 5-phosphate is formed here. And previously, one xylulose 5-phosphate is already formed. Now, already formed xylulose 5-phosphate and newly formed xylulose 5-phosphate and ribose 5-phosphate. These 3 substances or these 3 molecules condense and form ribulose 5-phosphate. You can see here ribulose 5-phosphate in the presence of an enzyme apimerase. So we are talking about 14th reaction. Here already formed xylulose 5-phosphate and newly formed xylulose 5-phosphate and ribose 5-phosphate. These 3 substances or molecules condense in the presence of an enzyme apimerase and forms what? Ribulose 5-phosphate. This is the last substance, ribulose 5-phosphate. And the 15th reaction, in the 15th reaction, thus formed ribulose 5-phosphate consumes or 6 ATP molecules in the presence of an enzyme kinase, and they again form the first substance, that is 6-ribulose 1,5-biphosphate. So actually I had told you already, when ATP are consumed or given away, then the enzyme must be kinase. So in the final step also we can see the catalytic action of the kinase enzyme. Thus here 15 reactions take place together, controlled by 15 different enzymes. Very easy to remember all the enzyme names. In the first reaction, the enzyme is Rubisco. It is a combination of carboxylase and oxygenase. When carbon dioxide is high in the air or in the atmosphere, this Rubisco is changed into RBP carboxylase and starts this C3 cycle. If at all oxygen is present little more than the carbon dioxide concentration in the atmosphere, instead of carboxylase, oxygenase enzyme of Rubisco is activated and starts another cycle that is called photorespiration or C2 cycle. We will discuss the cycle in the next lecture. So thus RBP carboxylase is the first enzyme. And the second enzyme is, as you can see, ATP are involved. Then the second reaction must be controlled by kinase enzyme. In the third reaction, NADPH2 are consumed. Hence, the reaction is controlled by or catalyzed by dehydrogenase. In the fourth reaction, 12-phosphoglyceraldehyde molecules are isomerized into 7 gaps and 5 daps. The enzyme must be isomerase. And then 1 gap and dap together condense in the presence of aldolase enzyme. They form what? Fructose 1,6-biphosphate. This fructose 1,6-biphosphate loses 1 phosphate ion in the presence of an enzyme phosphatase. And then the fructose 6-phosphate is formed, which finally gives glucose in the presence of an enzyme transketolase. Thus, aldolase, phosphatase, and transketolase are involved in the formation of glucose. And similar reactions can also be seen in the later steps, like 2 gap, 2 dap condense together in presence of aldolase enzyme and forms what? Fructose 1,6-biphosphate. The fructose 1,6-biphosphate loses 1 phosphate ion in presence of phosphatase enzyme and forms fructose 6-phosphate. This fructose 6-phosphate takes 2 gap molecules and form xylulose 5-phosphate and erythrose 4-phosphate in the presence of an enzyme transketolase. This erythrose 4-phosphate and 2 dap molecules condense in the presence of an enzyme aldolase and form fructose 1,7-5-phosphate. This fructose 1,7-biphosphate in the presence of an enzyme phosphatase it forms fructose 7-phosphate. The fructose 7-phosphate in the presence of enzyme transcriptolase takes last two gap molecules and form ribose 5-phosphate, xylose 5-phosphate. These xylose 5-phosphate and already formed xylose 5-phosphate and ribose 5-phosphate in the presence of an enzyme epimerase, they give ribulose 5-phosphate. In the final step, this ribulose 5-phosphate consumes 6 ATP molecules in the presence of an enzyme kinase. All these molecules can form the first CO2 acceptor, that is ribulose 1,5-biphosphate. Like that, 15 reactions are catalyzed by 15 different enzymes so that the Calvin cycle will be completed. So, for easy remembrance and for easy reproduction in the examinations, you must remember and you must practice Calvin cycle in this manner. First and foremost, you have to draw the cycle and then you have to write down the substances present at each step, and you have to give the numbers like 1 to 15, and you have to write down all the, or you have to list out all the MJ names on a separate paper on one side of the paper. Then starting the reaction from 1 and the substance which is acting as substrate and substance which is forming as byproduct you have to mention, and on the arrow mark you have to write down the enzyme name, and you write and you have to describe the same reaction in the words. If you do like that now, it would be very easy for you, to remember. And you can easily reproduce in the examinations. So finally, if you have once again recalled whatever we have understood by the previous slides, here as we all know, photosynthesis is a constructive process or energy consuming process, or also called anabolic process. So here ATP and NADPH2 are consumed to form a complex substance like carbohydrates, isn't it? So here when you just think of this energy consumption at different steps, we have already seen in the first step, of course there is no consumption of any ATP or NADPH2, but in the second reaction we have seen that 12 ATP are consumed. Again in the third reaction we have seen the consumption of 12 NADPH2. And in the final reaction, that is 15th reaction, again we have seen the consumption of 6 ATPs. So altogether, for formation of single glucose molecule, at two different steps, 18 ATP molecules are consumed and 12 NADPH are consumed. So for the fixation, for the reduction of one, for the formation of one glucose molecule, for the continuous operation of Calvin cycle for 6 times, we need 18 ATP and 12 NADPH2. So, by this video, we have learned what actually the photosynthesis is and what are the two different steps or phases of it, like light phase and dark phase. And we have started dark phase. Dark phase can be done in a different manners by different plants, but however, majority of the plants, prepare carbohydrates or glucose or sucrose by Calvin cycle. The first put forward cycle about carbohydrates synthesis is Calvin cycle. It is also called C3 cycle because here the first formed substance is phosphoglyceric acid. It is a 3-carbon compound, hence the name C3 cycle. And then it is also called RPP cycle and PCR cycle. So here actually in Calvin cycle, 3 different phases are involved. One is carboxylation, that is the first step, and the second one is carbon reduction, that is from 2nd to 7th step, and from 8th to 15th step, that is last step, the total reactions can be called together as RBP reconstruction. Here, for the synthesis of one glucose molecule, Calvin cycle can be operated for 6 times. For the formation of one glucose molecule, it needs 18 ATP and 12 NADPH2 molecules. These 18 ATP and 12 NADPH molecules have been synthesized in the light phase. So I hope you have understood it properly. We will meet in another video lecture very soon. Till then, bye. Thank you.